Welcome to Sonus, a world of magic and mystery. Today you will witness a dwarf, true and noble, a gnome, greedy and sly, a buffalo riding savage man, and a half-orc necromancer, bent to raise the dead. They will set out on a journey beyond belief and full of adventure. Please enjoy.
Fines. So I would have hit the thatch.
Wait, hold on, what?
Because remember when I threw the torch into the thatch?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be like a strength check or something, which I rolled below my strength?
That was a roll to hit. No, because you were throwing something.
Oh, okay. Roll to hit. Okay. No, you're still here, Stormgrown.
All right. So you guys have successfully set this tavern on fire. Or at least one of you has.
How many guards are in this town, by the way?
You're not sure. You know there's at least a sheriff, because it's a small village.
It's a village.
Outside the main town.
Yeah.
All right. And, so it's on fire. You see the man, Burb and Tom. You're riding away on your buffalo, and you see behind you a large fire has started in the tavern you were just in.
Oh. Well, I mean, I'm gonna
hop off the buffalo. I want to go back.
Wait, can I run after him and act like?
Wait, how far away am I are we from the?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, how far away have we gone? I don't know how fast my buffalo is.
Your buffalo's decently fast. I think you got 15 movement.
Sure. Yeah, but you have to remember, there's me and him on there.
Yeah,
like,
it's definitely encumbered.
I'll keep following the guy. You can turn around and go help them, or either way, or either one.
So
I'm gonna continue to. I'm gonna continue to go to the guy stuck in the tree. I don't care about the fire.
I'm going with Storm. I'm gonna follow him.
I'm going to run after Rotund and attack him because he tried to murder me.
I didn't try to murder you. I tried to burn down the tavern.
Excuse me, I was in the tavern.
All right. So Burb hops off the buffalo rather calmly. Tom continues after. I think the man, right, is what you were doing. You continued after the man, going for his son, right, Tom?
I'm sorry, my Discord keeps cutting in and out.
All right. Well, Tom's following him. Cho Jangles is running after the buffalo in Burb, and the man screaming to help. And then Arcane is chasing Rotund. So I guess Arcane, you're probably gonna catch up to the Necromancer rather quickly. So give me your action.
I'm going to jump onto him and hold my dagger to his throat and just scream at him for trying to fucking murder me.
Can I get a d20 to see if you hit? And then if you succeed, I need a strength check from both of you to see if you can hold him down.
I can't see my dice on the screen.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm wrong.
Alright. What's your strength? That's a fail.
And that was to hit right there, so...
Did you roll?
I thought the first one was to hit.
Oh. Yeah, the first one was to hit.
No, the first one was my climb check.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you hit. Now I need another d20 for your strength check. See if you can beat his strength. Which you'd be looking for lower than a 16. Alright, well, this gnome grabs onto your leg and kind of tugs your robe, and then you just feel a slight breeze as you get the air going up your leg, but nothing else really happens. And you kind of look down at the gnome, and there's just this gnome tugging on your robe.
Can I flip him off now?
Sure, yeah, that's a free action, dude.
Alright, I'm flipping you off.
Can I break his fingers? Kidding.
I mean, if you choose to do so, I mean, this is really a free campaign. You guys can do what you want. Go ahead. Yeah, no.
Starting off really strong.
So,
very strong cookie.
So, Burb, you see this. You see the little gnome pulling on the leg of this. What, are you dark-robed half-orc? A dark-robed half-orc, I assume? All right.
All right. judging by they both walked away from the tavern, I'm just gonna like try and shoulder tackle both of them simultaneously, if that's reasonable.
Wait, hold on.
All right.
I want to cast something really quick. I want to cast Spectral Voice, but I don't remember what it does really. I think I want to cast it. Let me find it.
All right.
Just kind of yells very loudly.
Using your second spell for the day. All right.
Wait, what does Spectral Voice do? Inform me. I can't find it.
I think you can talk through dead people. I think is what it does. Hold on. Yeah, it's in the dark arts section. If you scroll down a little bit here, I'll get to it.
Spectral Voice. It's not here.
Spectral Voice. The spell is similar to the first level spell ventriloquism. It allow the caster to throw his or her voice. However, this caster's voice issues from the mouth of a specific corpse, skeleton, or zombie. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you happen to have one around? There's probably one back in that
that tavern.
Yeah, that tavern. All right, so Burb, you're trying to shoulder tackle them?
Yes.
All right, can I get
break it up.
Can I get a
Like,
D20?
Hold on, I want to enlarge him.
All right.
Can I try to roll
Wait,
out of the way?
you already cast one enlarge, so
oh,
you
okay. You can cast twice today. All right.
Look at that. Beautiful.
a 1. That is an utter fail, Burb. Can I get a save
What?
versus death to see how much you fail?
It feels like it's random between if it's.
No, because this is the hit.
Yeah, to hit you want
Oh,
higher.
okay.
Ability
So
scores
what
you
am I
want
rolling?
lower.
Another D20.
Yeah, D20. All right, that's I believe that's a pass. What's your save versus death? I'm gonna look. Your save versus death is 16. You pass. So,
Wait,
you go to tackle him, and you like the two of them see you running towards them, and Arcane kind of lets go of this guy's robe, and you just like run through the center of them without hitting them, like in between them.
I need some fire.
Can I just get up, dust myself off, and go right back at him?
All right. And so you two just got charged at by a dwarf, or maybe he was just running to help the people in the fire. You're not sure.
Hey, Arcane, do you wanna team up on this guy?
No, I'm just gonna try and roll out the fucking way.
I'm still following the one guy to the little Timmy who's up the tree or something.
Yeah, no, you're running off into the plains with this dude, but are you keeping pace with him, or are you?
No, I'm
running
not
ahead?
gonna go back after them. I'm gonna go.
Dude, I'm on the
investigate
buffalo. I
the
can
fire.
keep pace with him. Yeah.
All right.
I want
keep
to
pace.
keep going towards the guy personally.
All
And
right.
so Burb just said that he also wants to keep going towards the guy, or something.
I thought Burb
No,
was
I'm
investigating
going
the
back to
fire.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna look over at Rotund and just be like, yeah, this was all your fault.
And I'm gonna smile and laugh.
All right. So Burb goes towards the fire. Where are you going, Arcane?
I'm gonna go towards the guy.
All right. So you and Chojangles or Rotund go towards the guy. So you're a bit far away because him and Thomas, the buffalo riding champion of the world, have been going on for a while, so it'll take you a little bit to catch up. Meanwhile, Burb, you're relatively close to the tavern still. Do you go? What do you go do?
I'm checking for casualties. Is there anyone I could potentially pull out of the fire? How bad is the fire right now?
Oh, it's the building's just about burnt down, just about.
What a successful day.
So it's just completely engulfed.
Yeah, you see like one farmer kind of like hanging on to life. He's got like severe burns all over his body. He looks like almost like Two-Face. Imagine you smell like toast.
God.
You smell like toasted
Put him
meat.
down.
Yeah,
Actually, it smells pretty good. You think there might have been some mutton in there too, mixed up with the people.
I think statistically the smell of burning hair and humans and smoke might out.
I don't know, Burb. I mean, it's
smell
all
it.
mixed up to you.
What?
You also smell like a nice breeze of ale in the air.
You mean alcohol burning?
Yeah.
Are you like really trying to make it so he eats something in there?
No. I'm not trying to make him a cannibal. Just trying to set the
It's
tone.
pre-cooked. Come
The
on.
farmer.
All right. So,
I mean, is it really,
Burb, what do you?
Cannibalism is not the
I'm
same
just
race?
gonna
No, not really. No.
I'm gonna take my hat off, hold it to my chest, and just accept that there's nothing I can do. Turn back and go.
There's a man half burns. Help me! And then he just falls over and like he just passes out.
I'll grab that guy. I'll drag him out of the fire.
All right. He's dragged out of the fire. He's severely burned. You're not certain if he's gonna make it. Infections are pretty bad these days, but you've saved him from the fire burb.
He won't burn to death, but he might suffer longer.
Yeah,
But he might live.
maybe. So, you guys have successfully burnt down a tavern.
He killed a bunch of random people
All
for
right.
no reason.
Correction, that was me. Do I get any experience for killing these people?
Yeah, but we'll talk about that at the end of the session.
Sick.
I don't want the experience for murdering.
No,
these
only
people.
Rotund gets the experience for murdering the tavern people.
I did not
The
have
only
at least one XP worth.
The only other person who gets experience is for that encounter is Arcane for successfully escaping.
Hey,
but,
we successfully, gracefully threw a dwarf up on my
Wait.
bison. Like,
Yeah, that was pretty
That's
cool too. You get
pretty
cool
funny.
points for that. But okay, so
All right, hold up. Is there a source of water anywhere nearby?
no, there's like a well like about 50 feet away.
Nah,
But
fuck it. The fire's too bad, anyways.
yeah,
I'm
no,
just
the
gonna
fire's
fuck it.
already almost burnt itself out. That one building was kind of isolated in the center of town.
I'm over it.
But all right,
Did
so
what I could.
you chase after the black-robed, apparently wizard, and the gnome. Is that what you do, or?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
I
Tom,
want to find out what the fuck happened.
yeah.
you eventually get to where the man was saying his son Gimli was, and you
Wait
see.
a second.
Yeah, sure.
Did Arcane actually see me light the fire? Because he was covered in thatch.
Roll me a perception check, Arcane, to see if you saw the fire. Should be D20.
Alright, I'm pulling up my stats.
You're gonna want to get a 13 or lower. All right, that's a pass. No, you definitely saw him light that fire. It's pretty apparent. But anyway, so Tom, you're getting to where the man was talking about. You see a big willow tree. It looks like it's not seen a good day, and you see at the bottom of the tree a small boy, and his innards lying out before him as a bear munches on his corpse.
God.
I'd like to
I'm
cast
gonna let
spectral
it
voice.
You're not there yet. Hold on. You guys are a
Okay,
little bit
hold
far off, so just give it like one or two rounds.
I want. What size is the bear? Is he small? Are they medium or large?
They're large.
Okay, I want to lance the bear.
All right. It's about. Hold on. Let me measure this. It's about 80 feet away from you right now. So, are you just gonna get into like position? And it's not really paying
I'm gonna
attention
get-
to you at the moment.
I want to get into position, get ready to lance that bear.
All right. So you get into position. You guys are catching up to where you can see the willow tree, but you haven't quite seen the bear. You see like maybe a buffalo in the distance, getting like huffing its, like shooting its legs back in a charge motion. But next round, you guys will be able to engage with either the bear or Tom or the man, whoever you guys want to kill today. So Tom, go ahead and give me your initiative.
Rip the
One
map.
second.
Oh.
My initiative and damage roll is all put into one, because that's just how I did my macros.
All right.
Oh, and since the lance does get
That's not
what
your
is it?
initiative.
The lance gets,
Your initiative
is
is
that not? Oh,
D10 plus speed factor.
well, I thought you meant to hit. 1 second. What is it? 1d10 plus.
1d10 plus whatever the speed factor on your lance is.
I gotta check that. I don't remember.
I'll check for you.
It's like a 7,
Speed
6.
factor is 7. So plus 7. D10 plus 7. Did you guys change pages? Did that work correctly?
Yes.
All right. So this bear is...
Damn.
All right, 16. All right, you go after the bear, but the bear is
Oh wait.
deliciously
The bear
chomping
doesn't
down.
see yet, though, does he?
No, that's what I'm trying to say. He's chomping down on a person.
Wouldn't I be ahead of everyone? Because I'm like,
No, you've gotten closer to it. You said that, right? So just move yourself
Yeah,
within
I'm
charging
I'm
distance
targeting
if you
it.
want to. Okay, I'll do that.
I'm within
16.
charging distance now.
Yeah, you just go move your token within charging distance, wherever you want it to
I
be,
don't
because
remember what charging distance.
it's like 40 feet. So like this tile here, ish. Here, I'll just.
How do you get the length? Is it just like hold control or something?
There's a little ruler
It's,
on the.
tab on the side.
Yeah. There's an eye. There's a little search arrow thing. There's a paintbrush.
Okay.
All right. So Tom, give me a roll to hit as you charge this bear
Can I
who's.
can I just use the one that I already used, or no?
What do you mean? Oh, you use that?
The one that I did
Sure,
on
yeah,
accident.
I guess, since it is a roll to hit. So yeah, you hit the bear, and you do a solid 8 damage to the bear. So,
Wait,
you want to
wait.
describe
You
how you
got-
do this? Or...
Wait, Jack, you forgot something.
Oh yeah, double damage when used in the back of a charging mount. So, describe to me, Tom, how you impale this bear and kill it. Okay?
So I'm coming up behind it, right?
Because you've killed it. But, yeah, you're coming up behind. It's chomping down on this delicious boy.
Dude, I just run up behind it with my lance and shove it right up its butt, like just.
Oh God!
All right,
Fucking Gaddafi him, dude.
you successfully anally penetrate the bear.
Oh, thank you for that.
It bleeds profusely out of its rectum. And, you smell.
Oh,
You almost taste metallic in your mouth.
oh God!
Actually, it's splattered all over your face. You at this point realize you've ruptured something there, and it's just
Oh,
all
God.
over you, dude. You have bare ass blood all over your face,
Bear
and your
ass
bison does too. So yeah, no, this
fucking
is
rank.
this is a successful corpse of a bear. You
Does it
guys,
give you, like a -5 to charisma for smelling bad.
Dude, my charisma's already garbage. Most
yeah,
people will
he already
like
gets
it.
a negative reaction adjustment for his kit, but yeah. So you guys come to the scene of a bear, right, with a lance literally shoved inside of its rectum. This man is covered in blood. There's a dead boy the bear's like leaning on against a tree, and you just see this guy riding a bison. I don't know how else to describe this, guys. That's all there is to it. That's what it is. What do you guys do?
Fucking hell!
I'm
I'm just in awe. Like, Jesus Christ!
gonna animate the animal.
It has too many hit die for you to reanimate at this level.
That's okay.
Well, you better let me remove my lance before you try.
And you've also used your spells for the day.
No, I didn't use special voice.
Oh yeah, you didn't. So yeah, you. Okay.
I can just move up, right?
Yeah, you can just move up. You see the man who had led you here go, Gimli! And he goes up and holds the body of his son, and it's just, he has it in his arms, and he's like cradling it, and you can clearly see this boy is long gone.
Can I hit him over the back of the head with a quarterstaff?
Can I get
And my
a
Discord cut out.
roll to hit?
Roll it on D20.
Yep. You go to hit him in the back, and you miss and hit the corpse of his son instead. You just whack the head, and his temple like
Can I just-
splurts a little blood out, and the man looks behind you. He goes, what? And he looks up in your half-orc eyes, and he looks pitiful as he looks between you and his dead son, and he doesn't know what to do at this.
I'm just
current
gonna say, oh,
Can I
sorry,
just-
I was just making sure he was dead.
All right.
Can I just walk up and try and fucking lay this prick out? Jesus
Are you?
Christ!
What, you're gonna just gauntlet punch him? Is that what
Yeah.
Which break?
Just-
Wait,
just
which
give-
break are you referring to?
Give me a d20.
You, mister, I'm gonna fucking hit this guy who just
I
lost
moved.
his son.
No, give me a d20. He declared his action pretty soundly, and you've already rolled the hit. This. All right. What's your AC? I think it's 10. I think he hits you.
Knock him out.
Let's see here. Is it 10?
Knock him the fuck
Yep.
out.
Burb. Give me damage. I think it is a D4 plus your strength adjust,
If you want to hit me, I'm killing all of you.
Alright, 1 second.
which is 2. So the
You can try. You can try
1d4
and
plus
save me,
2.
I'll run away and come back with my bike.
All right.
And land you
I think you knock him out, actually. Doesn't he? Yep. Rotund, you turn around just in time to see a dwarf kind of like punch up at your jaw, and you just and you see stars as you fall to the ground unconscious.
I'm gonna pick his pockets while he's unconscious.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna
Take
take
his
his money.
pockets.
Okay.
Hey,
Wait a second.
anybody want to help me get my lance out of this bear's butt?
Wait, what are the alignments of all the people in this party before I continue?
Chaotic
I'm
neutral.
Lawful neutral.
Wait, so one of you is chaotic neutral, which means you shouldn't care if I'm like.
He's the one looting you right now.
He's the one.
Yeah.
Losing.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's
So
fair.
you find 25 gold in his pockets, Arcane.
Nice.
Yeah.
Damn it.
He also
Wait, hold on,
has.
I don't have 25 gold.
Yeah, you do on your character sheet.
Do I?
You find 8 silver pieces and 6 silver pieces and 8 copper as well.
I have 23 gold.
Okay.
23 gold, 3 silver pieces, and 4 copper pieces.
All right, 23 gold. Sorry, and what he said.
Hey, so can I start getting this bear yet?
Huh? What'd you say?
I need to start getting the bear.
How many silvers?
Give me a hunting check with your whiz modifiers for that.
What is that?
It's hunting, so it's wisdom, but I don't know what.
Chill.
So it's wisdom.
It's on your character sheet. It's got benefits and
Wisdom -1. So what would that be? It's what?
just a d20 minus 1. It'll take some time, though. It'll take a better part of an hour, so you guys have some time as you see this this man Titus start skinning this bear as his buffalo kind of purrs in delight as he munches on some grass next to him.
Alright, I kind of want to slap fucking Rotundera awake
All right, you slap him.
so I can ask what the fuck.
It's gonna
I
it's
need
gonna
the money.
it's gonna take him at least like 10 minutes to get up. So because
Alright,
you didn't
How many
do
silver-
permanent damage, you did temporary damage. So it's gonna take a couple minutes. But what'd you say, Arcane?
I need to know how many silver pieces I get. And
How many silver pieces did you have, Chojangles?
I had 4 silver and 3 copper.
All right. So yeah, but within 10 minutes, you get woken up with a slap to the face, Rotund, and you see a dwarf, big full bushy beard,
just
brown
one leg
brown
on
hair.
your chest.
Above you, what do you do? You got 1 HP. You regain more within the hour or so, but what's your plan?
Hold on.
What's your
Drama
move?
is happening in my friend group.
Oh.
Anyway, so who stole from me?
You don't know. You were knocked out for that, but if you do check your pockets, but right now there's a dwarf with his leg on top of you, staring into your eyes, would just
All right,
woke you up.
I'm gonna spectral voice the child and say something spooky.
So Verb, you see him going to cast a spell as you have your foot on his chest.
Yeah, can I like restrain him? I don't know if spell casting works. Is he doing anything with his hands or anything?
So, I believe there's verbal and somatic for what he's doing right now. I think so. Yeah, he's moving his hands around, right, and he's speaking.
All right, I'm just gonna reach down and just cover his mouth.
All right, can you give me?
I think he can try and bite if he wants.
Can,
That's
can you
chainmail.
D20 minus 4 for a called shot? Unless you're accepting this, Rotund. Do you accept his kind of like gagging?
I'm gonna like moan sexually.
Oh, okay. So is that a yes?
I'm gonna reel back
Yeah.
in disgust.
All right. So okay, Burb goes to like cover your mouth. You go as you're casting your spell, and your spell goes off, and you're just kind of like, Burb is like staring at you with his hand like away from your mouth at this point. I guess I don't know.
Just sort of like
resurrected this
after,
kid and
after
been
he
like,
smoked,
oh,
I just
hey.
sort of like lean back, reel back in disgust, just like hand back towards my face, like what the fuck is wrong with this man?
All right, I'm gonna stand up while he's off me.
All right, you stand up.
So everybody heard the kid speak at this point, right?
What did you have him say?
By the way, after I stole from him, I went over to the tree.
Hey, I'm not dead yet.
You say that to you have the kids say that.
I threw the kids mouth and say,
Hold on.
"Hey, I'm not
I-
dead yet," and then see like how the dad reacts.
Hold on. Let me see how the spell works. Let me just where is the spell? Dark arts. Here we go. So soft, raspy. So all right. I mean, Burb, you see his mouth move, and then you hear like. Can you give me a perception check to see if you notice what he's saying, like under his breath? But he's not actually speaking. But then you hear the boy over there say, "I'm not dead yet," and his father goes, "Gimli, Gimli, are you alive?"
Oh,
And he strokes his face.
Alright, am I rolling under or over?
Under.
perception?
What's your perception?
Okay, so I got it.
You got it? All right, you see that he has just said what you just kind of heard the boy whisper from across the room, or across the grass.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot fucking Rotund a dirty look.
By the way,
go
when
to
I
the
was
father and just like,
when I was talking, I was backing up.
Oh, you're back. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I'm like over here now.
I shoot Rotund a dirty look. I go up to the green father and tell him that dirty. What are you?
you have a whole minute.
I'm an orc, by the way, so everyone
Dirty,
hates me already.
filthy green skin
Filthy.
was the one that was making your son talk.
You have a whole
I'm
minute
sorry
to
for
talk,
your loss.
by the way. You have a whole minute to speak whatever you want, so, from this boy's
To the
mouth.
kid?
Yeah, you speak for a minute through this boy,
Oh shit.
if you want to. He's not, by the way, he's not moving otherwise. He's still completely limp, right, with his intestines hanging out, but his head is just like, his dad's propping his head up, and you just, like, whenever you speak, like, whenever your mouth moves, his mouth moves, and your words that you meant to say come out of him.
You should be like, "Hey, Dad, where are you? Dad, I can't see you." It's just
Alright, I'm gonna.
Gimli! I'm right here, son! I'm right here! And he's holding his head. Alright. Burb, what do you do?
I'm pulling my hand axe out. I'm gonna look at that filthy green skin, and
Yeah?
I'm just gonna like, just rend it towards him.
Okay,
Just raise it. If you say one more goddamn thing out that kid's mouth, I'm chucking it.
do you say that?
Yeah.
Alright.
I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
No, if anything you say for the duration of the spell, I think comes through the kid's mouth.
Okay, I did not say that actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
How far can you throw that axe?
Yeah, it can't even be ended prematurely, so this entire minute, you're still you can't stop speaking through this dead body.
I'm just gonna start yelling random things and running away.
Okay? So he's like, Gimli, Gimli, what do you mean? And you see the black-robed orc run away, Burb, into the fields.
Fucking. Oh my lord. Like, I'm just gonna peel the father away, try and get his attention, and try and explain what that filthy green skin is doing.
All right.
I
how,
tell
do,
the father
how do you explain it? How do you explain it?
that your son's dead. I'm sorry for your loss. He's dead, and there's an orc speaking through him with this dirty, dark magic.
Half-orc, actually.
Give me a charisma check to
I'm
compliment
gonna-
that.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna make sure. By the way, when he's talking to the father, I'm assuming I can still hear him, so I'm gonna say half-orc actually through the kid.
I'm not sure if you can hear him or not, but you're still pretty close, so you might be able to pick it up.
I rolled my Christmas 8.
What did you?
Play
7? Yeah, no, you passed. He's like, who would do this?
Me.
Who would-
nigga.
Who would?
I just point to the shadowy figure running off in the distance.
He looks, gives a scowl towards Rotund, like you've never seen a scowl like this before. This man just watched his son get his intestines ripped out.
I'm gonna give the dad a hug.
You give him a hug. Oh, okay.
Just give him
But
a dwarf bear
how
hug.
tall are you? Like 4 foot? You give
I'm
this.
just like hugging.
You give
I'm
this.
just like hugging his waist.
You give this 6 foot burly man, 6 foot like 5 burly man a hug,
Just
Burb,
hugging a
as you
leg,
like hug a leg, yeah. So, he finds it somewhat comforting. You've been kind to him. If anything, he's more like being gracious to you by allowing it to continue. But he understands and he appreciates what you've done so far. And he picks up his boy's body and starts walking back to town. And he gives Titus a look and says, "Thank you, sir. May I know your name? You did try to save my boy, unlike some others." And he stares at
I was going to give it a shot.
the gnome and the necromancer. gives him a scowl.
Yeah, I'm Titus.
Well, thank you, Titus. You are truly noble. I will spread word of your deeds. But now I must bury my boy. And then he walks towards the town.
Dirty. Why is there this red line on my character right now?
That's your health bar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I didn't change it because it's just temporary damage. If it was permanent, I would have messed with it. But anyway, so what do you guys do? You're out in the plains.
I'm eating this bear, man.
After I was done with the kid, I started heading towards the tavern, the burning tavern, just to go see my handiwork.
All right, so Titus stays out there skinning the bear. You go back to town. Burb and Arcane, what are you doing?
Currently, I'm just sitting in the tree.
All right, the gnome climbs the tree and sits in it.
No, I've been up there since
Okay.
I stole from.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, you said that. All right. Well, the gnome continues to sit in the tree. Titus below skinning a bear. Burb, what do you do?
I'm gonna see if I can't help Titus skin the bear.
Titus, you see a dwarf come up to you that you've never met before, and kind of look to. Do you ask?
I thought I put the dwarf up onto my bison earlier.
Oh yeah, you've seen him, but you've never you know what I meant. You've never met this guy before today.
All right, I walk up. I introduce myself. I'm Boggin Whitfinger.
I'm Titus.
Let me help you.
Okay.
So yeah, we see the Brokeback Mountain of skinning a bear together, and there's a moment where Titus puts his arms through your arms, Burb, and you almost like you ever see a couple do pottery together in like a movie where they're it's almost like that, but instead you're skinning a dead animal. Okay.
So am I looking down on this right now?
Oh my god.
I'm just
Yeah.
seeing this,
He's
and
watching
how
this
romantic
game
it is.
pottery shit.
Yep.
Can I yell down, just kiss already?
Yeah. You can.
I'm doing it.
All right. You guys hear from above. Just kiss already. And
I throw my hand axe intentionally poorly at him, just as like a fuck off.
all right. Yeah, hit the tree, or do you want to roll for that and see if you either critically miss, hit what you intended, or
Roll that.
oh, that's a miss. So you miss the tree, but you don't hit Arcane.
Okay,
How close
well,
was it
good
to
enough.
me?
You launch it up, and but the tender embrace of Titus kind of distracts you. So, as this is happening, Rotund, you've made it back into town, and you see ashes where a tavern used to be, and you look to your hand, and you still see the mug, actually in your hand still.
I'm gonna put that in my backpack. Save it for later.
You can add a mug to your character sheet. It's like a.
Is it like
It's like a
stein?
It's like a stainless steel cup, essentially, with a little.
Can it be a stein? Like it's like the wooden stein type, like stereotypical tavern stein.
Sure, I guess either. I don't.
All right. How much does that weigh? Like
negligible.
Negligible.
If you get like 10 of them, it'll weigh a pound. How about that?
Okay.
I can recover my hand axe, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Wait, you threw your hand axe at me?
No, he threw it at.
Nah, through that Arcane.
Yeah.
But turned around.
He missed off a
So
little.
the blade was not going to hit him.
Yeah. So, what do you do in town? As it takes
What
an
do I
hour
see?
for them to skin. You just see ashes. There's been one body pulled out of the where the fire happened.
Is there still a sheriff about? Like, is he there?
You know there's a sheriff somewhere in the village, but you haven't seen him yet. You see a lot of
Was he-
torches though around you as
Was he
people
perchance
approach
drunk
the
in the tavern?
ashes. No. I'm hearing. Are you? Is that intentional for the dwarf and the? That is, isn't it?
Is that
You
my...
know it.
All right.
Oh my lord.
So yeah, man.
All right. Well, is there perchance another tavern?
Not in this. It's a small village. No, you've burnt down the only tavern.
Is there an inn?
No, that was also the inn, but it's kind of like you sleep on the floor kind of thing.
Was there any like inhabitants there that I could go loot? That like is there anything?
There's unless you want to search through the ashes, but you already see townsfolk looking through those. You see a man surrounded by torches, and he's like half slowly breathing. He's got burns all over his body. He again looks kind of like what Two-Face looked like in Batman: The Dark Knight, and he's sitting there wheezing as people kind of come to him and are like, "Jeremiah, what happened, Jeremiah?" And he seems to be having a discussion in a kind of raspy voice.
Did he see me?
You don't know. You have no idea.
Huh. Well, is there any other like towns or villages near?
So if we go back to
also, what time of day is it?
It is nighttime, as I previously said.
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Yeah. So yeah, if we go back to the map, I don't know if this will ping you here. Hopefully it pings you here. Did that drag you there or no?
It did not. I will be there in a moment though.
That's unfortunate. I don't know how to do that. I remember there's a way to do it, but I can't.
Are we in Fenhold or are we near Fenhold?
You're near Fenhold.
All right, I'm gonna dip over to Fenhold.
All right, that's gonna be about probably like 3 miles. It's gonna take.
Can I steal a horse?
Couple hours.
I imagine that there's like an unattended horse near because everybody's focused on the fire.
Can you give
There's
me
an unattended mule?
how long are you gonna look for the horse first till you give up?
I mean, I'll just take a quick glance.
Take a quick glance around. You don't see any horses available, but you know there's probably like stables and because there's a lot of ranching that goes on the plains of Alridian.
All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and start walking, I guess.
All right, you start walking to Fenhold.
Yeah.
It's going to take you about 3 hours to get there. It is pitch black. I don't know if you have any...
Did you say it was 3 miles? It's going to take me 3 hours to walk 3 miles?
That's probably wrong.
I mean, I can walk a mile, like, realistic. In real
yeah,
life.
no, I didn't think about that.
Like, it would take, like, 45 minutes if I'm walking. Oh, it's 15 miles to Fenhold.
No, you're not there. You're, like, right here.
Oh, okay.
Why can't I ping? Yeah, right around there, but above.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll just
about 5 more, but anyway.
So it takes me on average like 15 minutes to walk a mile.
All right, so it takes you, a little more than that, unless you're rushing. But
yeah, I mean I am kind of rushing. I want to go sleep somewhere.
So you make it there in reasonable time, but I believe, hopefully, unmolested. Yeah, unmolested. So you guys get that bear skinned together. The gnome sitting in the tree above you. The black-robed wizard has disappeared. What do you guys do?
I'd retrieve my hand axe.
What can I see from up here?
What can you see?
Yeah.
You see a lot of... Do you have infravision? I can't remember.
I don't know.
I think you do.
I have dark vision.
Regardless, below you see the dwarf and the man. They're just about finished skinning the bear. You see his bison. You see just kind of like the plains and tall grass around you. You don't see anything in particular interesting. You do see large bear tracks where the bear came from. That's what you see.
Are they bear size, or like they the size of the bear that we? Never mind. Wait, I'm not the one who sees this.
I mean, yeah, they're bear tracks. They're bear.
I mean, you could see them from the ground too. So
if you look for him, yeah.
I mean,
are they leading towards a cave or anything?
You don't see a cave, but you see the tracks continuing for a long bit.
I don't know. I just know I gotta bring this bear pelt back to Beans.
And where's the like? Okay, so how far away are we from the... Is Fenhold the town that we were just in?
Yeah, you're about
we were
3 to 5 miles away from Fenhold, but you were in the village, which is just a couple of minutes walk from where you are.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna hop back on Rufus and start trotting back.
All right. You
I'd like to jump down from the tree and
Like,
land on Rufus.
can I get a tumbling proficiency? Maybe.
Wouldn't that be acrobatics?
Beautiful acrobatics.
He doesn't have acrobatics. Tumbling's like jumping and kind of landing your fall. That's what tumbling is in 2e. Just throw me one of those.
Who's landing on my bear? Not my bear, my bison.
It's just
how are you
dex
gonna-
check, since it's not a plus anything, right?
I believe it's just a flat roll. Yeah, it's just a flat dex roll. Is that
Ooh.
above your dex?
Yeah.
All right, you jump down on the bison, but instead of landing a nice kind of step as you usually do, right? You do a little flip in the air. Your legs spread a little bit too far, and you get shafted right on the bison as you feel it crawl up your stomach.
Ooh.
Burb and Tom, you both see this little gnome jump onto the bison, Splitsville style, and he just and then he just kind of plops off of it onto the ground.
I'm gonna start laughing my ass off at him.
All right, you're being laughed at as you fall to the ground, Arcane.
I'm gonna
You're-
flip him off.
Not just that, you're being laughed at by a man covered in bear blood and shit. So take that all into account.
I chuckle and I move to give him a hand.
Okay, Arcane, the sympathetic dwarf, maybe because you're both the same size or similar sizes, not the same, reaches a hand out to you to give you a hand, and you're still feeling the pain, but you can take his hand if you want to.
I'll take his hand.
All right,
You
you
should
take
take
his-
D1 damage. You should take like 1 point.
He
damage.
definitely took some temporary damage, but he landed on the bison. I don't. Technically, a fall like that could kill him, but I don't want to be too
You
cruel.
fall on your nuts and they explode, immediately killing you.
Because he jumped from the top of a tree, and he's like what, 3 foot tall? You could take like maybe not kill you. You could take D6 for every 10 feet you fall to the ground, just so you know next time.
Okay.
Just be careful, but. All right, so
I didn't
Yeah.
realize the tree was so fucking tall.
yeah, you guys have skinned the bear. What do you do?
I gotta go give the pelt to Beans, man.
All right. Do you guys?
I let him have the pelt.
All right. Do you
Watch
guys?
the system.
All right.
I want to head back to town.
Titus heads back to town and puts the bear skin on his mule. The townspeople are in panic. You see a man in chainmail. He's a little overweight. He's got slick black hair. You ever seen Trevor from GTA 5? Imagine his face on this guy. And he's going, well, looks like there was a fire.
Oh shit!
Yep. What do you guys do?
Anyone want to buy a bear pelt?
By the way, Near does still want to play. Told him like after the session, you can like make a car, right?
All right. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So, what do you guys do? You're in this village.
I'm gonna go look in the ashes for loot.
All right.
I'm gonna go up to the chainmail guy. I'm gonna assume he's like the sheriff, and I'm gonna ask him like, hey, is there anything I can do to help?
Well,
Like, what the hell happened?
he kind of goes, well, and he goes, and he spits on the ground. You can find out who started this here fire, and I hear the boy, what's his name, Gimli got mauled. That's a little strange. Usually we don't get bear attacks nowhere near here, especially so close to town. You can track down that. He kind of like scratches his head where his hairline's like super receded, and he's like, yeah, that's about it.
God. All right. Do I know like who started the fire? Is that something I'm aware of?
Did you see it? I don't remember if you saw it.
I left
Arcane
the
did.
bar, and then he fucking.
Oh no, you don't. You have no
Fire.
clue. You weren't in the bar. Cho Jangles has made a clean getaway. Probably booking an inn right now for like 2 silver for tonight.
So Is Arcane and Titus like near me?
Yeah, I assume so, unless they decided
All
not
right.
to be.
I asked both of you, like, do you guys know who started the fire? Like, were either of you guys there?
It was Billy Joe.
No, I was already gone by the time it was started.
Oh, right.
I was sitting at the
Alright.
bar, back to the door.
So, do you know who started the fire? Little
No.
orc man? Not
We
orc
didn't
man.
start the
Goblin
fire.
man?
But it's all been burning
It's
since
burning,
the fucking
it's
burning.
burning.
Did Arcane see it?
I'm gonna say no because my back was turned towards the door, and I was sitting at the bar. And then I'm gonna go look through the ashes for loot.
By the way, as you get to town and to Fenhold Rotund, you check your pockets to start to book an in-room or buy a drink, whichever you choose. And you're not finding anything.
I'm gonna sell the tankard that I have.
You're gonna give it the.
I'll sell it. I'll sell the tankard.
They offer you like half an ale for the tankard.
What am I gonna hold this ale in?
They're gonna hand you another tankard that they expect you to return.
I'm gonna steal that one.
Sounds like a Robert statement.
Wait, not now.
All right, so you're sitting in this tavern drinking out of a tankard. Hopefully that will be returned. But a nice plump waitress comes up to you and she says, "Here you go," and she hands you you're like half an ale. It's not the best quality, but hey, it's a nice warm drink and on a
Alcohol.
nice spring eve after you burnt in at least 5-6 innocent villagers.
It
Maybe?
was. You said 6.
No, I know how many. I know how many it was. That was being creative. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The question is, do you specifically remember how many villagers you just burnt?
No.
That's the question. But
I saw bodies, and I saw people that needed to be bodies.
so yeah, you're enjoying your ale, and so Burb, Titus, and how do you say that name, Arcane?
Apazes.
Apizis, and how do you say your dwarf's name, Burb?
My name?
Yeah,
Boggin
Boggin, Apizis, and Titus are chilling in this village for now. What do you guys want to do?
Forget about Rufus now.
It's
And
nighttime, right?
Yeah,
So I
it's
figure it's like pointless to try and like hunt down those tracks right now.
okay.
So I'm gonna look for an inn.
There
And,
is no inn in this
I'll
village
give you
anymore.
a
It is
rundown.
burnt down. If you ask around, they offer you a spot in a bale of hay in the stables.
I bet I could probably sleep with the kid's dad, like not like in his house, because I kind of tried to save his son.
Yeah, no, he says you can stay the night if you need to. He requests
Yeah,
that your
place
buffalo
to
stay
be.
outside.
Yeah.
You can tie him up outside his little hut. It's got like a thatch roof.
Okay. I'll tie Beans and Rufus up outside the hut.
Do you stay there for the night?
There. Yeah.
You hear much sobbing as his wife and him cry most of the night.
I'll sleep through it.
It's all right.
I'll
Three has
accept
entered
the
the battle.
offering to
All
go
right.
sleep in the barn.
All right. So you go sleep in the stables. How about you, Arcane? Where do you sleep?
Did I find anything in the ashes?
Oh yeah. As you were going to loot the ashes, you see that many of the people who were burnt, or their remains, are being gathered by townsfolk. There's like townsfolk surrounding where the inn once was, and they're collecting.
I mean, like behind the bar and.
I mean, there's like
Yeah.
there's tankards, but all the alcohol's burnt. There's not much. There's like a couple silver on the ground, like maybe 5 or 6 silver. You think some of this may be the money you paid for your drink with?
I'm taking it back.
All right, so yeah. Some of the townsfolk give you an eye when you grab a couple silver, but they don't say anything unless you actually go through the literal remains of their friends and family.
Yeah, no.
All right, so yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some water since I don't
How
need
much
to pay
silver
attention.
do I get?
All right.
All right. I'll use the bathroom real quick.
Okay. Are we taking a break? All right.
How much silver did I get?
6.
Dude, I'm fucking rich.
Dude, I technically don't have any gold or silver,
I mean,
but I have a bunch of like useless junk. I have a bunch of stuff worth in like equipment.
you did just is that it? What's going on here? What is this?
I drew a buffalo with a man with a giant donger, and I'm
Creative.
deleting it now. Don't worry.
Yeah, so I guess we'll take a break here for a second while they go to the bathroom. But yeah, you have successfully collected an entire PC's worth of gold and
Yeah.
a couple and reclaimed your drink money, I suppose.
Dude, I got a free drink.
Yeah. Actually, that's probably more. That's probably like everyone who's paid there for like the past 10, 20 minutes. 30, who knows?
How do I get rid of my drawing?
You're drawing? You want me to?
Yeah.
Here. I'll delete it.
You click on it with the select/move equipped, and then you just hit delete.
There you go. Do you want this one as your thing is instead?
Please.
Where is it? There you go. There may be 2. I pulled one, but it didn't work. And we'll fix that to be your token, too. You have 7 HP. Alright. Cool. Well, so far pretty successful, guys. A little chaos here and there, but it's pretty interesting. Hopefully we'll reunite some of the party members.
Hopefully.
I see the interesting relationship between Titus and Boggin with Finger.
There's an interesting relationship between just about everyone there now.
So far, so Arcane stole from Rotund. Rotund tried to kill Arcane, technically. Maybe not on purpose, but...
I mean, he wasn't the target. Everyone was the target.
I mean, you know, I'm not gonna sell him out or anything because I stole all of his gold.
It's your
Like,
price
at
to
this
keep
point-
silent at this point.
At this point, I really don't care because I got some gold out of it and I escaped unharmed.
All I gotta say is thank God for you, Legion didn't show up because he's a cleric of justice and law. like,
Oh my god.
Jesus, that would have been bad. No, we have a pretty neutral party as of right now. Burb is very caring for a dwarf. I like it.
Yeah.
He's a really nice guy.
Are we waiting for something?
For Burb to get back from the bathroom, whenever he does. We can do your kind of shtick if you want. Do you want to do that, Rotund? All right. Yeah, you're just chilling in this tavern, drinking your half ale. Are you there?
Well,
Oh.
yeah. Let's see.
I'm back.
So I don't have any way to pay.
No, you do not.
Nope.
Let's see.
For more drinks. You've traded your tankard for this drink.
Correct. Oh, I don't have a way to pay for a room either. It's kind of what I'm after right now.
No, you do not. It costs probably 5 copper, 6 copper to sit on the floor and sleep there in the common room. But there's a big chance your stuff gets stolen. It's smelly. It's a wood floor. It's just
So
kind
I
of
have-
roof over your head scenario.
I have an anatomy non-weapon proficiency, so I'm gonna see if anybody in this room needs any checking up on.
Okay, so in this medieval tavern inside a crowded, kind of large town of, I think around maybe 4,500 people, maybe a little more. Yeah, there is. You see a couple people who look extremely overweight for what they should be. Another guy's coughing like crazy, right? You think he has pneuma? You know what pneuma is? How do you pronounce that?
Panoma?
Pneumonia?
Pneumonia?
Yeah. Not pneumonia, no. It's like when people used to die of like asthma, essentially, right? So, yeah, he has like really bad breathing issues, almost like he has bronchitis or something. And the tavern keep, the woman who served you, seems to have some sort of like gangrene on one of her pinkies, her pinky fingers.
All right. Tavern wench, will she pay me?
Do you ask her that?
I'll say, hey, if you guys give me a room, I'll take care of your tavern wench here.
But I like me finger.
Your other one, you whore.
It's just a little green. Nothing a little spit and shine won't clean.
All right. I'm just going to move on to the guy who was coughing and ask if he'll buy me a room if I help him.
He's over.
You can solve my cough?
Hopefully. In theory.
All right. He says, sure, I'll give you a couple copper to sleep on the common room if you I know I changed accents, but that's okay. If you solve me cough. So,
all right.
How do you solve his cough?
I was gonna say I'm just gonna like slap him across the face with my quarterstaff and like knock him out, but I feel like if I do that, I'm gonna get jumped.
Okay. So what do you do?
Let's see. Let me remove this stein from my backpack while I think about this. I'm gonna.
Just stands there, scratching his chin.
Yeah, I'm gonna like just start whispering incantations under my breath that I'm definitely making up and like scratching parts of his body.
All right. How long do you do this for?
I'm gonna do it for like a good 5 minutes so that everybody in the room just starts kind of noticing, and then
Yeah, they are staring at you.
At the end of it, I'm gonna take my lamp and I'm gonna put it underneath his like crotch area and light it, and then just hold it there for like an awkward amount of time.
This entire time he goes. And then you hold the lamp there, and do you tell him you're done?
I'm just gonna keep holding it there and look up to him. So after I'm done here, when you wake up in the morning, your cough will be gone.
And then you will get paid in the morning, son.
I didn't say that was part of the deal. You're no longer gonna get better, you cunt. And I walk away.
All right.
I'm gonna go outside.
All right.
And I'm just gonna go like sleep under a tree, kind of far away from the town. Not far away, but like out on the outskirts where it'll be difficult to see.
You find a nice birch tree to lie under, and you drift off to sleep. All right, and that's the night for you guys. Y'all wake up. Some of you in a village, some of you under a tree by a walled town. What do you guys want to do?
Some of us in the house of a grieving family.
Yeah, they are still crying. You think they've stayed up all night crying?
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's more than one grieving family because, I burned.
Oh, definitely. If you go to many of the houses in this town right now, there's definitely a couple different grieving families.
Were there any empty houses?
Like people who died and yeah. Do you go ask around if there was any empty properties?
Like, would I have noticed any empty houses?
Unless you went like asking people or just started walking into houses, no, you wouldn't have.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, you guys are awake. What do you guys want to do?
So it's the morning.
Well,
I want to go back out to that now skinless bear,
All right.
and I want to follow the tracks.
All right, Burb heads
So
off.
maybe I'll try and round up these the Titus and the goblin, but I don't think I actually know the name of.
None of you know my name.
You don't even know his. You don't even know his race.
I try. I want to round them up and say, hey, let's go investigate the tracks. The sheriff was saying something about it being unusual for a bear to be this far out of the way.
Okay, I'll come. Just let me grab Beans and Rufus, and we'll get going.
I would have already started walking towards where I saw the tracks going.
Wait, my tracks or the bear tracks?
The bear tracks.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
All
you
right,
guys.
we're just like
you do that.
fucking. Go ahead.
Yeah. No. You track down some bear tracks and you start following them. What are you doing while this is happening?
Me?
Yeah, Rotan.
Well, I stood up at this point, I'm assuming.
Yeah, you're awake. You woke up. You memorize
how
your 2
early
spells. What spells do you memorize?
Enlarge and animate dead animal.
Okay. Cool. Those are your 2 spells for the day.
I'm gonna go burn down that tavern.
The other tavern in the city?
Yeah.
God damn.
All right.
I'm gonna do it really discreetly though.
You head into the city. We'll get to that in a bit. So you guys start following these bear tracks. It's rather easy. The tracks aren't really distorted. In fact, it's almost way too easy. These bear tracks. It's almost like he stood super heavy on the ground. But you guys follow them, and eventually it leads you to a large cave.
Oh boy, do we have any light sources?
I have torches. I have 5 of them on my mule.
Burb, you have infravision. I know that for
Oh
sure.
right, I don't.
For like
need
60 feet.
torches. It's fine.
Yeah, but so yeah, no, there's a big old cave in front of you. It's got some little what are those? Are they stalactites? The ones that hang above, like towards the front of them.
It's like stalactites because like tights don't fall down or something like that.
I don't know, mites. I don't know, dude. Either way,
It's like stalagmites put on the ground. Hang on.
yeah. So you see this cave with stalactites. It's rather quiet.
Yeah, they're on the ceiling. Got it.
You hear water dripping inside, like drop, 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 drop. And what do you do?
Well, I want to push in. I want to investigate.
I'm gonna hold back because I can't see in there. I don't think.
All right.
I'm gonna grab a torch from
Well,
Beans'
Actually, you should check.
saddlebag.
You should check if I can. Or
Like
not.
that.
You should check if
Light
you have
that up and
information.
I don't know
He
if
looks
I
at
do.
the cave really hard and tries to figure it out if you can see or not.
I think you do, but I'm not sure. So just check the DM, the player's handbook, and you'll.
He just makes firm
Under
eye
races.
contact with the cave, and then suddenly can see.
All right. Do you this cave is too narrow for you to bring. What is his name? I don't know why I'm thinking Thatcher. Rufus. Yeah, Rufus is too wide to fit in here.
Oh yeah, I know. Rufus isn't coming in.
Okay, yeah. So
Neither is Beans.
yeah, no, yeah, you guys.
Good best friend.
Do you all walk into the cave? Arcane, you said you couldn't see, so you were sitting.
Hang on. I'm looking at if I have
I think.
the good vision.
Did you light a torch, Titus?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so there's a torch, so you can see even
Oh.
if you don't have infravision.
Yeah, I'll go in anyway, but I'm gonna still check.
All right. So you guys begin walking in this cave, and yeah, it's a pretty dour cave. You continue to hear water drip. Can I get a perception check from whoever would like to try and see things or hear things?
I'll see if I can hear things.
Yeah, dude. Go ahead.
I don't think I hear things.
No, you do not hear things.
Can't
You don't
hear
hear
shit.
you don't hear shit either. All right. So,
We're all
You've
wearing,
run
like,
completely
earmuffs.
deaf.
Tom, do you
One
care to?
second. Yeah. 16. No.
All
I
right.
hear nothing.
You guys don't hear anything. And do you continue into the cave?
Indeed.
You don't hear, see.
Uh-huh.
All
Well, yeah.
right. It continues on for about 40 feet, and you get to a little kind of like archway in the cave where it's narrow again, and you have to kind of like slide through, right? like on your side, rather than walk straight in. It is rather dark inside. You can see a little bit. There's some shadows of some more stalactites and stalagmites.
Okay.
What do you guys do?
Just keep shuffling through. Just
Yeah.
Who goes first?
Check. I'll lead the way. I'll
right.
take the.
I'll follow behind him next.
60 feet.
Considering now I have the best
right.
vision here, and
So you enter,
that's about it.
and yep, you can see up to 60 feet. Cool. Cool. You don't need torches. You hear a as you enter the room. You hear
I've heard it.
Do I know what that is? Like, can I roll like a perception to see if I understand what that is?
Yeah, you could use your animal lore for sure. Give me a whiz check.
1 second, let me check. It's wisdom, right? So I just roll a d20.
Yeah,
2.
I think that's a hard pass. Yeah. So you've known the sound from a time you were in a cave as a boy, right? And your parents were just killed, right, in an alleyway in the between two tribal tents, and you fell into this cave with a bunch of bats, and you recognize this sound as a bat. And I also just told you the plot to the Batman.
Yeah, I didn't fall into a herd of bison.
Huh? What?
I didn't fall into a herd of bison.
No, you fell into a cave full of bats, and you recognize the chittering of bats.
So it's just that?
Do you convey this to
I'm Batman.
anyone?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, it's just bats.
All right.
Guys, it's just bats.
So
Honestly, if you guys all die right now, I'm
Guys,
gonna
that's
laugh
just a
so
bunch
hard.
of bats.
do you continue, Burb?
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going.
All right.
It's just bats.
I'm going to continually be checking for unsafe walls and ceilings and stuff.
All right.
Get his surveying equipment out. Make sure this shit is stable and up to code.
Doing pretty good. If you want to roll me
Some wood reinforcements
a
out.
check
Make sure
you
there's
can.
no cave in.
So you all eventually get in this room, right? And just as you look around, those of you with infravision, the torch doesn't carry this far up. You see large, like 5 to 6 foot bats sitting up on the ceiling, kind of curled up.
Jesus Christ. I tap Titus and say, quiet. There's some giant fucking bats up there.
I'm going to slowly go towards.
What do you mean there's a bunch of bats up there?
Do you yell
There's
that?
fucking giant, like,
Hold on,
they're bigger than me. There's some huge fucking bats hanging on the ceiling. You can't see that shit.
Nah, I can't see shit in here.
Are you speaking
Fucking
like loudly or
terrifying.
whispering? Just
Yeah, I'm
curious.
speaking very loudly.
All right, you hear the chittering increase, and as you look above you, those of you with infravision, you hear, and you see these bats getting ready to charge at you.
Vampire boys.
Say, ah, shit.
And,
Wrong
I've
uh,
already started to move towards the edge and try to hide in the shadows.
All right, give me the roll. I think it's a D100 for a shadows check, and then you gotta get, I think, below your percentage. But yeah, guys, it's time to roll initiative, which is a D10 plus your speed factor of whatever you're planning to do.
Wait. I don't know what is a speed factor.
Whatever it says it by your weapon, like where you have your weapon stats.
I see. Speed 5. Okay. So yeah, so it's just like I just attack or like.
So you got 11. I'll add you all the initiative as you become emboiled in bats. It's a species.
Plus what?
Titus.
Plus your speed factor.
Plus your
next to
speed
your weapon.
factor. So Burb. Alright.
Wait, am I in initiative since I'm trying to hide?
You guys should stop fighting.
Oh yeah, you're in the initiative.
Well, I'm sorry, mister. I'm gonna kill the whole town and go fuck up to the next one.
Sorry, I have to live up to my alignment.
What did you get? 11, Titus. All right. And what do we have Nomi Gnome Chomsky over here?
No, not yet. I don't know.
Gnome Chomsky.
I skipped a bat. Whoops.
How would I?
Wait, what is arcane, by the way?
He is a gnome, not a goblin.
Oh, okay. I've been calling him a goblin.
I realized that. Yeah, I tried to.
No one corrected me.
I tried to. You just kept. You kept
tried
calling him a
so
goblin.
Look, I'm very deaf. Okay. I'm a very blind dwarf.
How do I do it if I'm not gonna be wielding a weapon?
You just do base D10 and you'll move like that. I'm thinking about something that's making me laugh, dude. Alright.
Huge bats!
As long as they're not
7.
giant mosquitoes, I don't care.
Alright, you got a 7. Let's hit that 7 right there. Alright, guys. So it looks like... Sorry, that's wrong. Ascending. You're going first, Mr. Gnome Chomsky, or Aspirin? Apices? Yeah.
Asperger's?
Yeah, all that. And much more. So, what do you do?
Is there an exit to this chamber besides where we just came in?
You see further down with your infravision, about, I'd say, probably 60 feet, right about there, is a entrance that's a little bit larger. You could walk straight through, and in there you see, like, maybe a torch light? Some sort of light source in there. You don't see... You know it's not daylight, though, because you can see the shadows casting.
Okay, I'm going to try to keep hidden and move silently towards that entrance.
Okay, can I get a move silently check? See how you do. So I think it's a D100. Okay, 0 successes.
God damn it.
That's okay. So you can start moving, though. Just give me your movements. You just failed your move silently. Your full move, I think, is like 6, maybe less. If you're not attacking the bats. You can move your token on the board if you want to.
Yeah, hang on. Just gotta get to where I can see him. Okay, so where am I heading for this entrance?
It's about 60 feet in front of you. So, like, right there.
I can go about 30 feet.
You can go 6 whole tiles if you don't want to attack this round, which you can't because you rolled initiative not for attacking. Your number of attacks is 3 every 2 for your mace, yeah, so you get a second attack on your second round, Tom.
Okay.
Yeah, so do you want to move right there, or?
Oh, I'm not even looking at the
Would I
map
be
right now.
would I be in range of attack by that bat if I did that?
If you threw a weapon right now, they're in the air. They're not currently on the ground or anywhere close to it yet.
I meant them attacking me, but whatever.
Oh yeah, no, they're pretty fast. You think they might be able to attack you? So what do you do?
I'm going right there.
All right, you half move there, and the bat, right? Which bat is this? This bat right here moves up towards you, Titus, and makes a roll to hit against you with I think it's a 5. So the bat goes to use its little fangs and bite into you, and it misses pretty terribly. And then it is your turn, Titus. What do you do?
I'm gonna swing my mace at that bat.
All right, give me a roll to hit.
There's medium, right? Or small?
The bat is medium? Large? No, medium. Medium. It's 5 to 6 feet.
So
That
15.
is a hit. You do 8 damage to the bat. So you have a mace, right?
Yep.
So you take your mace and you like smash the head of the bat, and you hear a crack as its skull splatters and more blood squirts across your face again.
I've done that to real bats in real life with shovels, so yeah.
Oh,
I'm not joking.
God damn,
There's
it's
a bat
experience,
who
dude.
took a
Dude,
shovel and just
Dude,
smacked.
he's been doing this since he was born. Remember, he fell into a cave of bats. He's been ready for this his entire life.
He was born ready, dude.
Okay, this bat right here moves up to the dwarf Boggin, and
Fuck
Jesus,
off.
drop my die. Hold on. Rolls to hit with a what is that? A 13. What's your AC?
4.
4. It misses you. All right. So a bat goes to bite into you and just narrowly misses your neck as you dodge out of the way, just barely, holding your shield up in front of the bat to kind of like guard against it. And this bat moves towards Titus and rolls to hit with a 5. Again, another miss. Trying to bite you. Yeah, they're not doing too well so far. And this final bat moves over to Pieces and also rolls a 5 to hit, and just narrowly, like completely misses. It just flies past you. Apparently, you were moving a bit too quietly, and it's like sonic echolocation, whatever it uses. Just completely missed you, and it flies past you. Actually.
wait, movement isn't how sonic location. Wait, hold on. Well, echolocation doesn't work with movement. It works with.
What do you mean?
The way that echolocation works is they like make a sound and the bounce back is what.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like he.
Look, the bat just has autism, okay? Don't,
Yeah. So like,
don't question it.
yeah,
It
it's
let
the autistic
it
bat.
shot too much.
We got
It whiffed past me.
Boggin Whitfinger going this time.
Alright. I'm just taking slash at the one that's attacking me.
Okay.
Just go to cut like a wing, so that's what, like,
It is.
what, do I get like a plus? That's like a +1, right?
Your attack roll with your longsword?
Wait, no, it would be +2 because I have like a mastery with it, right?
It's like plus crazy. So just roll that Thaco thing. The thing under the Thaco 20. Just roll that, hit everything okay.
Okay.
And then you want to do damage if you hit would be small medium, which is the SM. So you hit an AC of 12. It has an AC of 8. I think that's a miss somehow. What did you actually roll? I think that's a 5. Yeah, no, that's a miss.
Wait, no, AC 12 or worse.
Yeah. Or worse. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's a hit.
Excellent. Okay. So I just need to roll down.
I hate these macros. They make it so unclear what the actual dice roll is.
That's why I'm not using it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing it the way I do it.
Yeah, I like that a lot better. But, so roll your damage as you stab up. into
Okay,
this
wait. I have an attack adjust of +3 and a damage adjust of +3 on my sword. So wait.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter because I hit right, but I should have added a +3 to that roll.
I think it adds it automatically if you roll it through that. Yeah.
It's for a miss bonus though. I didn't do it before. Like when we were testing it earlier, it wasn't doing it.
It wasn't?
It did it. D20. It did it. It added the +3. I see it.
You can just if you want
If you
to,
hover over the 12,
if you
it
want
shows
to, you can
what-
just do a D20 plus your bonuses next time.
Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna. Okay.
And give us a damagey roll. And you can explain what you do to the bat if you kill it.
Okay. Sorry. Okay.
It's all right.
There we go.
All right. You do kill this bat. So how do you kill it, Burb?
I just take a clean slice, severed a wing clean off.
You chop its wing off, and it flies through the air as you see blood ooze from the wound, and you just see it like, you ever, you know in Star Wars when the little, the X-Wings
It's like the
topple
the TIE
over, right?
fighters just
Yeah, the
like-
TIE fighters, that's what I was thinking of. And they like spin, it does like a spinning action through the air and like dives to the ground, and
It makes a
Does it
Wilson
explode?
scream.
no,
Does it
it
explode?
doesn't explode, but it is bleeding profusely out of one side of it as it spins. blood twirls around the room and it splatters on your longsword, and you feel the power of killing something run through you. Boggin.
Adrenaline.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Right. So, yeah. And it is a piece's turn again. You are currently being attacked by a bat.
My turn?
A pieces. Not Titus.
Oh, okay.
If I move away, will it get attack of opportunity? Is that a thing?
Yes, it will.
Okay. So
Unless you can do a withdraw, and you only get half of your move.
I'm gonna attack it with my falchion.
All right. With your Fatchilian. Give me a roly Tahiti.
What strength do I get a hit bonus at?
It should calculate it on your sheet if it's just the number there.
Okay.
So at 15, you do not get a hit bonus. I think it's 16 it starts. If I'm remembering.
Dexterity bonus. I don't get that either. And then misc bonus. I don't think I get one of those either, do I?
No. Alright. What did you hit? An AC, because that's a 12. This is 8 AC. Yeah, that is a hit. Roll me damage against the bat.
Is that going to be small or large?
That is going to be small, medium damage. Or just medium for an actual representation. What is... Oh, 3. There we go. You do 3 damage to the bat. Not quite killing it, but you stab into its, like, side of its, like, rib cage, and it bleeds profusely, but it's still standing. Or flying, more like it.
Was he taking bleeding damage?
Is it taking bleeding damage? No, things don't take bleeding damage unless you, like, super crit them. And we're going with combat and tactics, which, for, like, bigger enemies we'll worry about, but for, like, bats and shit, it's not worth going
really
into.
worth it for them.
These giant man-eating bats.
That's dead, and then Titus, it is your turn.
I'm gonna swing my mace at that one. Yeah. 13.
That, I believe, is a hit.
And
Okay,
then 9
and you do
damage.
9 damage. All right, how do
This one
you
with the
kill
mace.
this bat? Just explain it.
I just bring my mace up and smash like the bottom of its jaw, and just like basically like snap its neck from the bottom up.
All right.
God damn.
You guys see the bat's neck get snapped from the bottom up, and you hear a sickening as it snaps, and then it just tumbles like a TIE fighter to the ground, but with less blood than Burb's kill. Okay, this one's dead. This one's dead. This one is alive, and it is going to attack Arcane with a 5. All right,
Another fucking.
I'm gonna
These dice
hold
are
on.
cursed,
I'm
dude.
changing to a different D20. That's it. That's it.
Fucking cursed.
That's really bad actually, or really good if we're going for averages. But hey, we're not doing that. So
All right. So I guess it's my turn.
yes,
now, right?
it is Bog and Whitfinger's turn. You have successfully slain the bat before you.
So can I move and attack this this bat over yonder?
You can move half your movement. I think your movement's 6, so the tiles are what dictates that. So you can move
Oh, okay.
3 tiles and attack. If you were a human, you can move 6 tiles and attack.
This is racism, dude.
Yeah.
One.
You got little
Quite
stumpy
literally
legs, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
I wouldn't be able to hit it from there, so
All right. So, how does throwing work, right? How does that work?
You
Oh
can
wait,
just-
okay. So like, hang on. I'll be 20 feet, throwing my hand axe.
I think that's medium range.
Yeah,
I don't
that'd
think-
be a -2 to hit, I think.
It's some sort of penalty, maybe? Maybe not? I don't remember. I'd have to look it up.
So that'd just what be like a roll a d20
Just-
and then like -2.
Just give me a -1 for that.
Okay.
I think, yeah. Your strength adds to the damage, not the thrown.
Yeah. Wow, that's...
That is a wide miss. Arcane, as you are fighting this bat, right, you're stabbing it with your Facilian, and you see an axe just hurl over your head and over the bat. And it clears you by a wide distance, but you do see
I'm
it.
gonna yell
Clinks
over my
against the
shoulder,
cave wall.
"What the hell?"
I just give him a shrug.
Alright, it's your turn, Pieces.
Alright.
What do you
I
do?
already know what I'm gonna do.
Run in fear from the bat?
No.
Oh. AC of 10.
Facilian.
D20, 10 plus... Okay, so you miss the bat, just narrowly, as you stab up at it. And,
Ooh, we're sitting.
I am quite small.
yes, you are. It is like, the bat's actually really close to the ground, right? Because Arcane's like 3 feet tall. So it's like at your guys' like, not your eye level, because you're a dwarf, Boggin, but Titus, it's right at your eyes. And speaking of Titus, it is also your turn. As you...
So I can move how many and still attack?
You can move half your movement. So your movement, full movement is 12. So you can move 6 tiles.
1, 2, 5, 6. I can move there, but then I can't really
Yeah.
do anything. I'm gonna move up anyways and just get ready to hit it
Alright.
on my next turn.
And the bat goes, rolling my new die. Hits a 10. What is your AC,
Let me check.
Mr. Apices? Zumbra? 8? Alright. I believe that is a miss. Alright. So it is Boggin Whitfinger's turn.
AC work? Jack,
Yeah?
how does the AC work? Is it if you roll higher than it or lower than it?
So if I had hit a 12, right, but I hit a 10. So since it's 8, it needs a 12 to hit because it's 8 away from 20. Right?
Okay.
So, can I move on top of like where Arcane is right now? So I can so I can like hit him, hit the bat, right?
You can't be in the same tile, really. You can push him out of the tile as an action and stand there instead.
Throw me towards the door. I'll roll.
Just fucking walk up and just chuck him out.
And
Can I do that? Can I just
if he doesn't resist, yeah, you can just chuck
grab
him.
him and throw?
Yeah.
If you yell the plan before you get there, I won't.
I'm gonna throw you!
What?
Alright. And, do you do this?
Yeah. I'm gonna run up. I'm gonna grab him. I'm gonna chuck
Let's
him.
go.
Which, to the right or to
Can I
the
chuck him
right,
at the
left,
back?
forward? What direction?
Can I toss him? Can I toss him into the bat?
This way.
Yeah, you could definitely toss him into the bat.
There.
All right.
That way.
I'm gonna roll to toss him into the bat.
Give me a d20. You hit the bat.
Can I grab on to
The bat goes as it like it's
grab onto the bat?
as a yeah. You can grab on, but you're already like on top of it, right? So he threw you at the bat. You smacked the bat with like your stomach, and you're currently like on the ground now, laying on top of the bat. Okay, so it's like
Do I
on your
still
stomach
have
and it's
my
going.
Falchino?
You have your Facilian, and it is your turn.
Facilian.
Alright, so do I have
Falchion.
to roll to
Falchion.
stab downward
Falchion.
into its head?
You kind of like stand back up, yeah, but you can stab. If you keep laying on it, then no. But if you stand up, you can stab it.
Okay, I'm gonna stand up.
Okay, you see this gnome stand up from the bat, and the bat goes "Rah!" as it is released, and it's like flapping its wings furiously as it's getting stabbed at by the Facilian.
Falchion.
Facilian.
Dude, Facilian made me upset.
Facilian. I was thinking of chili, to be honest with you, dude.
And then
It sounds really good right
do
now.
I kill it? Do I have to roll damage?
You gotta roll damage, yeah. You gotta roll to hit to see if you hit it.
Oh boy.
What am I stuck on? Oh, that is a crit. Just describe how you destroy this thing. It has 1 HP and you just crit it, which means you get like... I think that clears by... I think that only clears by 5, so you just crit it once. But just describe how you destroy this bat. Give me a story.
I'm going to take my falchion in both hands and drag it downwards as hard as I can through this bat's skull.
Damn. All right, you take your falchion, you stab it through the bat's skull. Blood squirts down your falchion, and then it just as it like goes limp, and you have a dead giant bat or large bat on your falchion.
Damn it, Falchion.
And then I'm gonna take my foot and like pull out from the face of the bat.
All right.
Pull out.
Damn.
That's the way I like to go through, you know.
All right, and you guys are out of combat. You can move as you will. You see a torch kind of lighting a room towards the towards the other side of the cave. What do you do?
I'm going right in there.
I want to follow him.
All right, you enter the room.
Oh, wait, I want to grab my hand axe real quick.
And as you enter...
I'm back on the main now.
Yeah, you're supposed to be.
Okay.
And
Just wondering.
as you enter, you see a man in green robes. He looks rather old. Imagine, if you've ever seen Game of Thrones, imagine like the High Septon, but in green robes, right? He's a rather old man, wrinkles everywhere. He's got a long white beard. His head is bald, though, and he looks withered, and he's sitting at a little desk in this room, writing away at the table. He's holding like a quill and ink, but it's like he's not writing on parchment.
Joke's on him. I can't read.
I'm going to try to move up behind him as quietly as possible to try and get a look at what he's doing, but I'm also going to have one of my daggers in my hand.
All right. You walk
I'm
up.
going to stand by, and I'm going to watch him do that, because I was going to suggest to him...
How
like,
close do you get to him? Like, just tell me. How close?
How big is the room?
It's like 10 by 10. It's not super large, but it's reasonable.
So at first I'm gonna get like 4 or 5 feet behind him, and then if I can't tell what he's doing, slowly creep up after
He's
that.
just ink and quilling. You see him like hunched over, just writing with this ink and quill. Like sometimes he'll dab into the ink again and keep kind of like scribbling. You can't make out what he's writing at all, or if he's writing anything at all.
All right, I'm gonna.
I quietly just wordlessly gestured towards Arcane, just sort of like a to like Hans's side, like what's the deal?
I'm gonna look over and just shake my head, like unknowingly.
So, as you're in this room, the man is paying like 0 attention to you. He's not even looking over his shoulder. He just continues to like scribble with his quill and ink on this desk. And you can see there's no parchment he's writing on. He's just writing on the desk at this point, right?
Do I have anything I could knock him out with? I have my whetstone.
How close do you get to him? Are you still behind him?
I'd say about now I'm 2 or 3 feet from him.
All right, you kind of peer around the side of him, and you see that like his mouth is moving.
Can I take my whetstone out of my pouch and hit him over the back of the head with it?
Like to knock him out.
Yeah.
All right, sure. You knock him out, and he
All
is
right.
unconscious. You see a little necklace dangle, and
I'm taking that.
hold on. Let me explain it first. The necklace is just like a tree, and yeah, it's a tree necklace. Looks like
What's it made of?
looks like a great oak. It's just made of like iron.
No gems or anything in it?
Nope, just an iron oak tree.
I'm gonna take it and tuck it into my right pouch.
Okay, you take his necklace and tuck it into your right pouch.
Alright. Add that.
And the table is like full of ink, literally caked in it. There's nothing legible. It's just literally just scribbles everywhere of ink.
Literally nothing is legible to me.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Well, you know what writing looks like, right? Like you can see when someone's actually making intent. Like
Yeah.
you could recognize if someone was scribbling on a piece of wood or paper, and these are just scribbles, gibberish, nothing.
So, can I see if there's anything off about this guy other than just how he was scribbling the
I'm
table?
also gonna loot his pockets.
He looks fairly venerable. He really doesn't have much on him. There's like a red gemstone in his pocket.
Yep, taking that.
Okay.
Does that have significant weight?
It's
I'm gonna try and like
insignificant.
shake him awake.
You shake him.
Yeah, just try and like wake him up
You see.
after knocked out.
After about 5 or so minutes, his eyes open and you see they're like cataracts to hell. Like you doubt he can see much, and he kind of stands up. He like places his hand, looking around unless you interrupt him, and he's like trying to find something with his hand. And eventually, he puts his hand on like the stool he was sitting in. He sits back on the stool, grabs his quill, and goes back to what he was doing on the desk. And you see him muttering words again, but he's not actually making noise.
Is there anything else in this room, or is it just this crazy old man?
There's a small like shrine with another oak tree, and under that there's a little bowl. It's got
What's
water
in
in
the
it.
bowl?
Water. It's like a golden bowl, but it's not actually gold. You can tell it's like brass. More.
Can I just touch the water? Can I just dip a pinky in?
You dip a pinky in the water?
Yeah.
All right. You dip a pinky in the water. Your pinky becomes wet and moisturized.
Nice. Can I just like wet my fingers a bit and just sort of like flick some on the old man?
Sure. Yeah.
Now he's just kind of speckled with water.
Yeah, there's a
Radical.
speckle of water rolling down his forehead as you've done this. You see him muttering
That's it, huh?
words still. You haven't tried to make sense of them yet, but
Can I just stare at the words really hard?
What words?
like what?
Sorry, the
him-
scribble.
The scribble? Yeah, you stare at the scribble really
And see if
hard.
there's any sort of pattern there.
Like, can you give me an intelligence check?
Alright. My int is 12. Fuck.
All right. Yeah. No, you see hella scribbles.
Damn.
Okay.
I was gonna
What do you?
scratch my beard aimlessly and then turn away and lose interest because I don't get it.
Is there anything else to loot in this little room?
There's the brass bowl, the quill and ink.
I'm gonna dump out his ink.
You dump out his ink.
Yeah.
All right. Next time he runs out of ink, if you keep watching him, he dips it in and then just keeps trying to write.
Oh. Interesting.
What are his robes made out of?
Like
Can
wool, cotton, something. I don't know.
I
Like
try and get his attention?
roby
Just like,
material. Like
Hey, old man, what's going on?
you just like scream at him.
Yeah, it's like, hey, what you doing, huh?
He continues to mutter and like scribble.
I'm gonna
Okay,
try
well, that
and
was
listen to
effective.
what he's saying.
You can try and see what he's saying.
Yeah.
All right. Give me an intelligence
Can
check.
any of us read?
I can.
Oh,
I can
can't.
see shit.
The reason why this is an intelligence check is because you're trying to remember what he's saying while you do it. Did you pass? No?
Nope.
You got some. You even with a fail, you see the word Jorst. You just keep. He keeps saying Jorst. There's more to it than that, but he repeatedly says Jorst.
Chores.
All right.
Is there like a town named Jorst or something?
we wouldn't know that unless we've been there.
Yeah.
Anyone got like a map? But
Nope. What do you guys do?
Well, I'm
Alright,
gonna take the brass bowl.
Okay, you can have the brass bowl. Do you dump out the water, or do you just get all your stuff wet?
He's gonna give it to the bison.
can I like physically move the old man? Can I like pick up? the
Yeah,
old man?
yeah, you can physically move him. He keeps trying, like he limply tries to walk back to his stool.
Yeah, no, I dump out the water and just take the bowl, put it in my backpack.
Eventually,
I'm just
if
gonna
you
grab
move
the
him
old
enough,
man
he
and
doesn't
just-
know where he's going, and he just kind of walks aimlessly. By the way, he doesn't continue to walk back to the stool.
He's just like a fucking like shitty NPC. He doesn't like.
Anyway, so what do you do with him?
I'm just gonna grab him. I'm gonna put him over my shoulder, and I'm just gonna walk with him.
All right.
I'm gonna take him out of the cave. I'm gonna take him back to town and see if anyone in the town knows what's going on.
All right. You successfully make it back to town with this old green-robed man riding in on a bison. Some of the townsfolk kind of like solemnly greet you as you see many of them are in black clothing and whatnot.
All right. I seek out the sheriff.
All right.
And I
You-
tell him, about the cave with the giant fucking bats and the
You-
weird old
okay.
rambling man talking about
You
nothing.
you
riding
find the
nothing.
sheriff and he kind of like slicks his hair back. It's all greasy and kind of like
God.
brownish black, and he goes, "Well, if it ain't, say what's your name again?"
I'm Titus.
Boggin.
All right, well, welcome to Cornbrook, Titus Boggin. What can I do for who is that?
Can I do your food?
What is that cripple thing?
Old man I found in a strange cave, alone, muttering shit, writing nonsense.
He kind of like squints and looks in. Well, that's strange.
Wow, thank you for the help, Mr. Sheriff.
Hey, no problem. You track down that bear though?
Yeah, we found the
bear.
cave. We found this old man in the cave at the very end, and in a small room.
Find
There's like
any?
a tree or something. He had a tree necklace. Hey, you know anything about
What?
any tree cult?
Well, I'll say that sounds like a cleric of Jorst. If I do say so myself.
I'm gonna pull
What
out
the hell
the
is a Jorst?
Oh, you don't know who Jorst is? Boy, you need to read up on your religion. Don't you read the Holy Testament? Jorst is the god of nature
God of nature.
and its preservation. He gives little air quotes. They're sticks in the mud, really. Every time we try and put up a new building towards the forest or chop down a tree, those motherfuckers come out and they try and stop us. So,
I think that might be why a bear showed up. One of those guys going nuts, writing nonsense.
yeah, it's possible. They can cast pretty much any spell as it comes to animals. Make them their friends and shit, I guess. What I heard. I heard one of them rides a bear like this man here. Hey, maybe this boy Boggin? He points to Titus. Boggin, right? Yeah, maybe he was a part of this scheme. See, he's pretty good friends with that there bison, and I don't see no one riding bisons generally. Generally, they're killing bison for their meat.
No. Me and Rufus ain't got nothing to do with no damn bears.
Well, you coming up in here riding a bison, what do you expect me to think, little boy? What do you expect?
I killed the goddamn bear.
Would that be true? But maybe you just did it to make yourself look good. Get on our good side
Nah,
before you betray us, huh? I'm just fooling you, son. I'm just kidding.
So, where can I find a Jorst feller? Like, where can I find someone?
They're all over the woods. We got a cleric to Sonus in our little temple. It ain't much. It's just a thatched little building over yonder. He probably know more about this Jorst fellow than most folk.
All right, I'm gonna take my old man. I'm gonna go see that cleric.
I'm also
Either way-
gonna go.
Ow. I highly appreciate you tracking down where that bear came from. Hopefully you killed his compatriots? Compatriots, yeah, that's the word I'm looking for.
Like all we found was the fucking bats. They're dead.
Anyway, I'm Sheriff Johnson. You need anything else, you come to me, you hear? He kind of like hooks up his chainmail, and you see his belly kind of like jiggle as he does it.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, you have a good day now. Go on see Friar
too
Joseph. All right?
Titus.
All right.
I'll have to see the cleric.
Okay, do you go see Friar Joseph?
Yeah.
All right. So you come into this
Hey,
thatched
anybody wanna
building,
buy a bronze bowl?
and you see multiple little idols in this. Do you just scream? Does anyone want to buy a bronze bull in the middle of town?
Yep. Anybody
Sheriff
wanna
goes,
buy it?
well, I might give you 2 copper for it, but ain't much, dude.
It's a deal.
Okay, he hands you 2 copper.
It's the only money I have.
It's a pleasure doing business with you, boy.
You too, bro.
He spits on his hand and like goes to shake your hand.
I spit on my hand and shake him right back.
Ah, good man, good man. And he like gives you like a salute with 2 fingers and like points at you, and then he walks off towards a chair and leans against like a house. But yeah, you guys enter this little thatch room if you so choose to, and there's an old man in like dusty brown robes, and he looks younger than the man you brought with you, but he is definitely older. He's got gray hair, blue eyes, sharp pointed nose. And the room has like a bunch of shrines to various, you believe, different gods, probably, assuming this is a temple. And there's a whole bunch of them, and they're all like made of either stone or iron. And there's little bowls in front of them with various objects. Some of them water, some ashes, different stuff. So what do you do?
Well, greet the cleric. Like, hey, got an old man who's mumbling shit and writing nonsense. Kept saying Jorst.
My
I
son,
was told he's some sort of... go ahead.
you have done well to bring him to me. For I believe this is an old cleric of Jorst. If I may ask,
Shit.
where did you find him?
In a cave about yay yonder.
He seems to have lost his mind. What is he muttering? He's saying something about Jorst.
Well, I don't know. All I heard was Jorst.
He says,
Or someone heard Jorst.
hold on. He kind of peers closely, like he pulls out like a little piece of paper with a hole in it and puts it up to his head and looks at it, like goes really close to his mouth. And like, it looks like he's saying, Jorst remembers those who defile.
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 Well,
Who defiled what?
clerics of Jorst tend to be a little bit, how do I say, picky about those who disturb nature, as you see.
They done got sticks up their asses.
Thank you.
Please, watch your language in my temple.
Sorry, father.
5 hail Sonuses and you'll be absolved. Regardless, regardless, it would probably be best if you. He seems to have lost his wit. Did you find anything interesting in the cave he was in? You said he was in a cave, correct?
Necklace.
Found some
There
bats.
was a bronze bowl, some water in it, and like a tree totem, something like that.
He kind of like rubs his chin. It seemed. Did these bats attack him, per se?
No, they only attacked us. Well, I mean, I don't know. They could have attacked him if they saw him.
It
But he was
seems.
hidden off in the next room.
Perhaps in his lost wit, he had the animals attack people, or have them guard him before he went mad, or perhaps he was issuing orders as he went mad. These clerics tend to have an ability to charm these animals and make them do as they say. You've done well bringing him here. If I may ask, what is your name?
I'm Boggin.
I'm
That's
Titus.
Titus.
You met my
gnome
buffalo
with
yet?
us?
His name
Well,
is.
that's a gnome. Still don't know his name.
Well, if Titus, Boggin, and he like actually points to the right people this time, and Gnome, who apparently does not know the name of, it's strange that you were together, but regardless, I thank you for bringing him here, but if I may ask you one more favor, I would pay you a nifty sum.
Nifty some.
I'd immediately stroll over, like, from near the doorway,
Well,
and
you see,
be like, what needs done?
he has tremendous powers, yet he has lost his way. I do not have the heart to do what must be done, if you know what I'm saying.
I immediately
us to
pull out
kill
a
him?
dagger.
Wait, no, not in the temple! Please! Jesus! Oh, praise Sonus, why? Sonus, give me strength. And he kind of like raises his hand up toward, and you see up top, there's like a little sun charm in like hanging from the ceiling, and it's like a little picture of a sun.
I just give it a thumbs
on
up.
a piece of parchment.
Full of grace,
Do you say that?
mother of the sun.
He's like, oh, you know the true way, my son. You know the way of the sun. And he goes, yes, but please send him on his way, and make sure to burn the body, and I will perform the rites of Sonus. I prefer not to be there for the death, though.
So where we ought to take him out?
Well, outside of town, preferably, but I mean, there's always
back to
the
the
alley out back if you...
We could go hang him over by the tree where the bear is.
Oh,
I got lots of rope.
If you could make it painless, that would be best. Hanging is more for criminals, I understand. No need to be cruel.
We ought to not hang him. I assume
All right,
the scum.
then.
If you could maybe just put him to sleep and then finish the job. And he kind of like says,
No, get your whetstone out.
there will be a solid 30 gold in it for the lot of you if you can perform this. For your service so far, and
That's 10 gold each.
That's like 4 gold for each of us.
Yeah.
Thank you, Titus. Thank you.
I don't think you specialized in math studies at whatever small
No, it's okay. No, yeah,
education you may
he
receive.
just gets 4 gold. It's fine.
All right. Well,
He'll spend it well.
please, come back to me when you have done the deed.
Do you want proof, or are you just gonna take our word for it?
Well, I will be there for the burning of the body, of course.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
can bring you back his ears.
Please do not desecrate the dead, my son. You know Sonus does not approve of such action, for he is the god of the sun, the one true sun, Lord. And for his
Well,
children,
I-
you are one of them, and so is he.
You don't need no ears to look at the sun.
well, I'm gonna take this old man. I'm gonna head into the woods where he ought to
Follow
be
closely
taken.
behind.
Okay.
Can I burn down the tavern yet?
We already burned down the tavern.
So sure, yeah. As they're putting this man to death, how do you
Oh, they're killing someone right now? I wasn't paying attention.
how do you burn down this tavern?
All right. So I when I walk in, I'm assuming there's like an upstairs and a downstairs, right?
Yeah. There's an upper floor and a
And
lower floor, and
There's torches.
they're not specifically lit right now. There's a window. It's not actually like a window where you'd close it. It's like an open window on the top floor. On the lower
Okay.
floor, there's also 2 open spaces where wind just kind of comes in. But they do have like boards they kind of just push up against it and nail in when it's bad weather. Otherwise, the torches usually come on at night, and it's like midday, so they just
Are
kind of
there any curtains?
curtains in specific rooms, but you don't have access to these rooms unless you just walk in. I mean, you can, but there's a chance there's a person in there.
Are all the rooms like taken right now?
You have no idea. You haven't asked.
All right, I'm gonna go look around, and I'm gonna peek my head into a few rooms. So I go to the first room.
You just creak the door open.
Yeah.
All right. There's no lock or anything. It's just like a simple push door. You push the door open on one room, and there's no one inside. It's
All right.
empty.
Are there any curtains in there?
You see a blanket laid out on the
All
bed.
right. I can deal with that. So I'm gonna light my lamp,
Okay.
and I'm gonna hold the blanket tip up to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna just put it back on top of the bed and walk out of the tavern.
All right. Do you walk out with your lantern lit, or did you put it out? And
No, I put it out and reattached it to my.
all right.
Actually, I put it in my backpack, so it's not even like visible.
All right. You just walk out of the tavern.
Yeah.
You walk outside the tavern, and eventually you hear some yells from inside. Mary Lynn! Mary Lynn! Get the water bucket! And, yeah. And how long do you sit outside for?
I'm gonna like go across the street. What's across the street from the tavern?
Just a building. It's
What's
not a
what type
store
of-
or shop or anything. It's just a house, probably. It's like
Is there like?
it's a house with like a wood roof. It's one
Okay.
story.
I'm gonna go somewhere where I can watch from a safe distance.
All right, you go like down the street or whatever, and
Yeah.
you see some minor smoke come out the top story window that you had just peered out of.
Yeah.
And then the smoke eventually, over like the span of like, I don't know, like 10, 15 minutes, dissipates and stops.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna have to strike again tonight.
All right. So what do you do?
And let's see. I don't have any money.
Nope.
Is there anybody like? What time in the morning is it? Or is it
It's probably like early in the morning, since like this is
Okay.
during their whole adventure essentially. So
Okay. Is there anybody sleeping near me?
wait, sleeping near you right now?
Yeah.
You're like a no. There's like a
Like a
bum sitting on the ground. He's not sleeping though.
Oh, okay. Are there any dead animals? Like a dead, just anything dead?
How long do you look?
I'm gonna give it a good search.
Like how like hour wise? Do you look for 1 hour, 2
I'll
hour?
give it for like an hour. Yeah.
All right. Around like 45 minutes in, you find like a dead rat.
Plague. I'm gonna use that rat to my advantage here. So I'm gonna raise it from the dead.
All right. You raise the rat.
Yes.
It is a dead zombie rat. Since you didn't pry its skin off, it's not a skeleton, but it is a zombie. It
All right.
has half its move rate that it originally did.
All right. I'm just gonna pick it up, put it in my backpack, and I'm gonna head back to the original town with the original tavern that I burned down.
All right. You start walking back, and eventually you get there, and you see a dwarf and a human and a gnome outside, and they're standing by a man in green robes, and they look. Do they look dour or do they look joyful? I don't know what you guys look like doing this.
I mean,
I see it as a necessary
I'm
thing to do,
all
as
dude.
bad as
Yeah.
it feels to just kill an old insane man.
What are they? Wait. What are they? Are they actually like attacking them right now?
We're like heading off to the wilds, right?
and I'm just gonna take my dagger and shove it through his skull. So,
Do you just
Okay.
do that without asking anyone?
well,
you-
once we find a spot to.
All right,
put
well,
him
you're out in the
at.
plains right now, as
So we're like we're in
Rotund is
his
coming upon you.
territory now.
And I want to do it like up through his jaw.
All right, you stab him up
Okay.
through the jaw, and he falls,
Wait.
falls limp.
Directly into the
You just
brain.
do it like while it's still being held.
No, I'm waiting until.
So,
Oh,
he's
okay.
how you have to
down.
do this is you have to kind of pull him down. Okay, so you like pull up, like go up to him, like with your arm, and you gotta reach his.
No, I'm waiting until.
Oh,
we could've
okay.
Probably
sit
just
down.
snapped his neck. He's like old as hell.
So what do you do? So
Wait, don't we have like a lawful
I-
neutral here?
Yeah.
I take him. I keep. I like hold him in one arm. I just like, all right, do the deed. I kind of look away a bit, just holding him like in position.
all right,
Whoever wants to do it.
And then I'm gonna take my dagger and go up.
Wait. I want to run up and just smack him over the head with my quarterstaff
which
before
who?
they get to me. Rotund.
Smack who? Wait, who?
The priest.
All right, you
Are
go
you in
up.
position? I thought you were a town away. You already got
So
here.
you
Yeah, what the
How long
fuck?
were you
So
down
Bert-
there,
No.
old man?
So
no, we went back in time to the morning when I
Yeah.
had just woken up, and
Oh.
then now I'm walking back and I'm like stumbling upon you guys right. as
yeah,
you
so like while you guys were adventuring, he was doing his tavern thing and searching for the dead rat, and then
Yeah.
he as you guys were going out to kill this guy, he started coming back to town and he saw you guys. Is what happened. So, Titus, you're the only one who sees this because Peasus is getting ready to stab the guy. Burb is looking away the other direction, afraid to look at the man die. So what do you
Not
do?
afraid,
do you
just
respond to this
uncomfortable
Titus as he
watching
goes and
it.
like ready to smash his quarterstaff over this man's head, which you can just do. I mean, there's no roll to hit. Tom, you there?
What in tarnation?
All right. You successfully smack him on the head, and the man's head bleeds, and he falls unconscious.
I'm gonna hit him again to make sure he's dead.
You just
I stab him. Because I was already ready to stab him, I stab him.
give me a roll to hit, unless you're accepting getting stabbed.
No, not.
Oh wait, the man. Yeah, no, you can stab him. So you hit him once, knock him out. Then Apizis looks at you and just like shoves his knife right up into the man's jaw, and he falls limp, dead.
And then I'm going to turn and punch the Necromancer dead in the nose.
Why?
Wait, no. So he gets an action first. Before that, so does Burb and Titus, because you just stabbed this guy. That was your action this round, which rounds are minutes and stuff, but still. So do you guys?
I'm just gonna ignore the strange thwack that I heard before he got stabbed.
Okay.
And I guess we bring the body back. What did the guy want us to do with the body again? Does any of you guys remember?
Go get the dude.
He wanted us to bring it back so that he can put it on a fire, and we can't cut the ears off.
No! Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
He wants to come burn the body and do the rites and all that.
So what do you guys? What do y'all do?
I'm gonna what I said.
Look, I'll stay here with the body. You guys go get the damn cleric so he can do his rites.
Well, I'm gonna loot the body.
I'm gonna say no. He's already been looted, right?
Yeah, I took everything from him.
Oh crap! Okay.
Yeah,
Anyways, I'm something up. Finally, it's already dead old man.
All right, I'm gonna stick with Burb, and I'm just gonna inspect this man's body.
All right.
I'm gonna watch you.
I can go get the priest.
So
no transgression.
You inspected.
I'm also gonna go get the priest.
Okay, you guys go to get the priest. It's pretty simple. How do you inspect this guy's body?
It's just like medically, just like checking it out. There's no like actual purpose to it.
He has a head wound, a stab wound. It also looks like he got hit in the back of the head at some point. This man has been kind of brutalized in a way.
I might have done that.
So are there like any parts that I can just take
What?
Him? Can I just cut off his leg?
If
I just put it in my backpack?
No, you're not touching.
I mean, he has a leg.
Touch his leg, or I'm gonna touch yours.
He has a leg. I'll say that. What you choose to do with that information is all yours. He has fingers. He has all his fingers. He has 2 eyes. Although, if you open his eyes, they're super big, like cataracts that you can visibly see. Right? He's probably was blind before he died.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Can I take his eyes?
You touch this old man. You fucking greenskin.
Physically, you can take his eyes if you can get past the burb.
I'm not letting you defile the dead in front of me.
Hey, can you turn around really quick?
Nah, I'm gonna draw my sword and just say.
Can I roll sleight of hand to steal the eyes?
Okay, so Burb is like staring at this guy. What? I don't think there's any possible physical way. Like, explain to me how you would do this, where it would be reasonable for me to even say there's a rolling chance of that happening. Give me a way. Give me a what do you do to sleight of hand this?
So I'm just gonna like. Oh wait, I could make the old man talk, can't
I? Did you memorize that spell today? I thought you memorized it.
I have enlarged.
Yeah. You have enlarged.
What's around us right now?
There's a dead rat in your bag and tall grass all around you, and you can see the village off in the distance.
All right, you know what? I'm not gonna steal. I'm not gonna steal anything. I think I kind of want to go terrorize that village some more.
Dead man.
You just go back.
I am going to gut you.
You go back to the village.
I'm gonna go terrorize the village some more.
Right, so Rotund just walks off, bogging as you stand there.
Let her sigh. I'll relax a little bit. I have to pin this poor old man's dead body away from filthy.
I lost
green
connection
skin.
to roll 20.
That's fine. You guys have definitely drawn a lot on that map, but So,
Really?
all
Please,
right.
most of what I know.
Yeah, no, the cleric gets there, he thanks you for your service, pays you 30 gold, and he prepares, like, some thatch, some tall grass.
All right.
I ask him if I can light it on fire.
I go find the gnome and Titus.
The
I
rites
paid them their third.
performed will be by me,
No,
please.
he gets 4, remember?
I will burn the body. I am a cleric of Sonus.
I'm gonna give him a third.
I have his holy divine
God
writ.
damn it.
I will
I
do
should've
it.
taken the money.
That's what he says to you.
I should have
Alright.
taken the money.
I wish I had some more like damage spells so I could kill people and take things, but you know.
Yeah, you have to go on an adventure and do that. So
What if you? I have to dip actually.
all right. Well, we're almost at 10 o'clock. Do you guys want to stop now, or do you want to
Yeah.
continue? Is the
I think
question.
we should take a break because I
That
need
means
to
we
go.
can do experience.
All right. hold
Yeah,
on.
we can do experience really quick, and then I gotta go.
So most of the time, all right. Well, that was a good session, guys.